entertainment doesn't have to be entertainment. I mean, so many of us spend hours staring at the glowing boxes, feeling no emotional responses whatsoever. So many of us stare into space without a glowing box, feeling no emotional responses whatsoever. Create the spectacle, observe the spectacle, mimic the spectacle, become the spectacle. Broadcast, newscast, Dow Jones, human bone, sugar, water, shining chrome, nudity, violence, language, content. Watch the man that grades himself and then goes on to flaunt it. Capital, siren, weatherman, green screen, faces laughing, faces crying. Watch with close attention. Join the loss prevention. Watch the chain link fencing. Sit back with glassy eyes just to get a memory you don't even have to try. And now, a word from our sponsor. Are you feeling anxious? Do you sometimes feel like you just don't want to wake up in the morning? If you don't eat, do you get hungry? If you don't sleep, are you sleepy? Sometimes do you just have a bad day? If so, we've created a medication that can help. Ask your doctor about Lexicon. Lexicon is the only proven medicine to completely neutralize the effects of the human experience, so you feel okay again. It's an anchor on your emotions, so you stay regular, so you don't have to worry about changing. If you have any past history with anxiety or discontent with SSRIs and or barbiturates, then a higher dosage may be required. Side effects include loss of personality, thoughts of suicide, substance abuse, impotence, liver failure, high blood pressure, feelings of intense terror and anxiety, vomiting, diarrhea, internal bleeding, masochism, lack of appreciation for anything and everything that you perceive, acne, and dandruff. Ask your doctor about Lexicon today and get on with your life. Temple of the Screen. The distance that is created, the distance that is accepted, then forever the distance that is expected. Is it easier for you to accept my biased opinions about media when I am channeled through the very device I criticize? Ask yourself this: now that I am simply an image, even in real time, do I possess a level of immortality due to the fact that I am no longer among you as flesh and blood, but among you as symbol, representing your pixels and light, as opposed to your ideas of intuition? My name is no longer relevant, for I am just as important as any world leader that has ever been. I am just as real as any religious icon, any social icon, any revolutionary icon, any face that has ever been. In this moment, I am equal and none surpasses, due to the simple fact that I have entered the temple of the screen, due to the simple fact that I have entered into the distance, always on your horizon of reality. Through the television, I represent a reality as real as the assassination of John F. Kennedy, as real as the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, as real as the assassination and hanging of Saddam Hussein. You were not there, we were never there, but the global village is manifesting itself more and more. Every second technology advances the connection of instant realities, other countries brought into your living room, other societies, other cultures in front of your face. But now, with that convenience come taking things for granted. Then comes the degrade of its value. Then comes the blind acceptance of its presence. Then in the blind acceptance comes room for manipulation by communication authorities. Did anything on television ever really happen? Did I ever really exist? Or am I here now? Ask yourself and then look into the screen. What gives you an indication of my reality? Or am I a document? Or am I a movie? Is this a script? Does the script make it unreal? Of course it's a script, but then again, what isn't a script? Do you not catch your reflection and adjust yourself for society? Or do you adamantly resist the reflection and say you do not care? But even not caring is a script, my friend, because your identity is a contrived motion. But does that make it bad? No. Everything is a TV show. I can already make the assumption you've all seen a TV show. And what does that mean? It means your life is simply an act. You're an actor. Even if you live in your own mind, even if performing frightens you, and you're performing in order to keep from performing, we transform the spectacle, a person created for television, into standards of real life. The spectacle was designed as a brief summary, an exaggeration on three-dimensional existence. Yet from that summary, we draw upon standards that were created in a fictional place. We make a play about real life. and then make our real life like a play. And this continues back and forth until one is left with nothing but a summary of many summaries. Some of us feel there's something deeper that goes past the barrier of society and its inner workings. No matter how distant we remain, a current moves us along, always in a current moment, always different, yet we fill in the blanks using memory. The human experience is unperceivable, now is only perceived through the lens of faith. The past controls our perception of the present and in turn conditions us, and in turn one should know conditioning can be negative or positive. Believe it or not, you're on the side of a screen. You right now are living on the side of a screen. It's the screen that divides an observer and participant. One side is the past, one side is the present. One side can exist, one side has ceased to exist. Ironically, the one with the deceased moment, the dead time, is the side we perceive as being more real, as being more recordable. The past has already happened. The present is unknown, and therefore we have conditioned ourselves to be afraid of the present. In this momentary exhibit, unperceivable to the eye, there is a slight delay in which my image is relayed to you through cameras. In time of that relay, my presence has died, and I have become a relic of the past. We are now today accustomed to recordings. We now have tangible evidence surpassing the written word. We must always remember, believing what you're seeing may not be applicable when what you're seeing can be manipulated. A screen can be used to make a person afraid of now. Fear is expected of us. Hate is expected of us. The screen has written our human nature into a senselessly violent movie. The screen has decided our human nature is irrational and needs to be suppressed, as in the theories of Sigmund Freud. But the screen also knows this, and it knows it doesn't sell. What sells is what is forbidden, tapping into our unconscious desire. The screen fills thousands of minds with endless streaming forbidden zones that are punishable by incarceration and possibly execution. In turn, we become addicted to the forbidden, yet we fear authority and punishment. And the only place that lets you get to the forbidden is the screen. It is very much like the experiment of Pavlov's dog, in which the animals were conditioned to salivate at the very indication of sustenance rather than the sustenance itself. To say it simply, human nature television that has created is at the same time juxtaposed with images of the same extremity, told to be peaceful but love violent programs. The screen poses the ability for education. Yet at this point, the screen is far too overwhelmed with programs that put the mind on hold rather than stimulating it. It has gotten to the degree in which love is a radical perception, as it has been normalized to view our world with a nihilistic sarcasm bordering on hatred. In order to create a change, one must create. But in a television emulating society, there comes the automatic fear of judgment. That fear is expected. In order to cancel it, to cancel fear, which is automatic, which is stagnant, one must move. One must redirect energy voluntarily. To embrace love, in order to embrace, which is the love of the present, which is manually created in a television emulating society. Love yourself, your moment. Love yourself and your moment. Love your moment and the others that populate it, because there is no true difference. We are all on this planet simultaneously. In 150 years, everybody existing right now will be dead. In order to become stronger, better, real, to feel yourself being alive, one must accept that we are moving through the screens. You are on the side of a screen. You can change channels, it's still a screen. You can turn it off, it's still a screen. If you don't want it to be this way, there's no process. It's a trick. It's the same tactic. It's a summary. Decide where you are, not where you're going, not where you were. Accept the spectacle, acknowledge the screen. Simply seeing something rather than knowing something, simply feeling it and experiencing it, brings it into your tangible reality. You break the hypnosis. You break the screen.